Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Class of 1923 Arena, the home of the Drexel Dragons. It is senior night here at the rink. This Dragons team will be honoring 5 members of the senior class. We'll carry that for you here on DHN. So excited to do so, as this has been nothing short of a tremendous year and a tremendous 5-year stretch for the folks that have been here for 5 years at Drexel University, competing for this program and earning the 3rd consecutive ECHA bid to the ACHA National Tournament. This year it will be down in Dallas, Texas. In the booth here, Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli will be on the camera. Drexel will be dressed in their home whites. And in just a second, we'll turn it over to Lucas Freeman, who will be announcing the seniors along with their parents to be introduced on the ice. In fact, we're going to hand this mic directly to Lucas, who will be speaking over the loudspeaker. And you'll have this right next to it, so you'll hear it coming right out of his mouth in just a minute here on DHN.
You're behind me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Class of 1923 Arena for this ACHA Division I matchup between the Duquesne Dukes and your Drexel Dragons. This evening, we will be honoring 5 seniors who have combined to play in 418 ACHA Division I games for the Dragons. They helped lead the Dragons to ECHA championships in 2015, 2017, and 2018, and have clinched a berth to the national tournament the past 3 years. As a group, they have helped build and shape the Drexel hockey program into what it is today. Now for our first senior. This senior has appeared in 56 games and has recorded 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points. He is graduating with a degree in mechanical engineering and is joined today by his mother Teresa and father Thomas. From Philadelphia, please welcome number 17, Erik Bertolli. Ladies and gentlemen, number 17, Erik Bertolli. This senior has appeared in 57 games and has recorded This senior has appeared in 51 games and has recorded 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points. He is graduating with a degree in marketing and organizational management and is joined today by his mother Lisa and stepdad Joe. Please welcome, from Mercerville, New Jersey, number 9, Jess Manioki.
All good? You can hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, number 9, Jess Manioki. This senior has appeared in 57 games and has recorded a 3.64 goals against average and a .89 save percentage. He is graduating with a degree in finance, economics, and business analytics, and is joined today by his mom Lynn, stepdad Gerard, stepmom Diane, dad Greg, and sister Grace. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, from Lumberton, New Jersey, number 30, Dylan Ravenson. Ladies and gentlemen, number 30, Dylan Gravenstein. This senior has appeared in 143 games and has recorded 6 goals and 29 assists for 35 points. He is graduating with a degree in mechanical engineering and is joined today by his mother, April, father, Ed, brother, Tim, sister, Abigail, and girlfriend, Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Bensalem, PA, number 29, Assistant Captain Jim Mikulik. Ladies and gentlemen, number 29, Jim Mikulik. And now for our last senior. This senior has appeared in 111 games and has recorded 59 goals and 81 assists for 140 points. He is graduating with a degree in sports management and is joined today by his mother, Alicia, and father, Doug. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from New Canaan, Connecticut, number 5, Captain Dylan Hart. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Dylan Hart. On behalf of Drexel University and the entire coaching staff, we want to thank the seniors and their families for their unwavering support over the past 5 years. Congrats on great careers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Duquesne Dukes. Starting in goal, number 88, Alex Taylor. At left defense, number 3, Danny Bigley. At right defense, number 27, Marty Hubert. At left wing, number 23, Ryan Sweeney. At center, number 80, Sean Lloyd. And at right wing, number 91, Pat O'Shell. And now for your Drexel Dragons. Starting at left defense, number 29, Jim Mikulik. Starting at right defense, number 17, Erik Bertolli. Starting at left wing, number 22, Chris Hagen. Starting at center, number 5, Dylan Hart. Starting at right wing, number 9, Jess Manioki. And starting in goal, number 30, Dylan Ravenson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And we're ready for hockey here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bob Long on play-by-play, Mike Crisafulli on camera. A great job to Lucas for doing all the introductions for senior night at the Class of 1923 Arena. Loud, clear, articulate. I think he's coming for my job. Great job by Lucas, giving all the seniors that love. And it is a senior-laden starting lineup tonight for the Drexel Dragons. Jess Manioki, number 9, along with Dylan Hart, the captain. Erik Bertolino and Jim Mikulik on defense. Dylan Gravenstein in net. Christopher Hagan on the left wing, the lone non-senior in the starting lineup, and we are underway. Drexel 26-3. 1-1 on the year, on their way back to another ACHA national tournament. That'll be in Dallas in March. 2 more games left at home here in the regular season as they take on Duquesne here tonight. After a big 6-2 win over Mercyhurst last night, a big hit there from Sean Lloyd, taking down Hagan. This one tonight. And then home against NYU next Saturday night, the 16th of February. Gravenstein scoops that one up, a face-off in the Duquesne offensive zone. We welcome those that are joining us for the first time from the western part of the state. Followers of Duquesne hockey, that's at Duke Hockey. Appreciate those joining us. For those of you looking to follow Drexel Hockey the rest of the way, that's at Drexel Hockey on Twitter, nice and simple. Drexel in the home whites, Duquesne in the road red uniforms. That puck is bouncing right in front and comes back out of the zone. Punched ahead by Devin Rosado, and that'll get back into the zone. Now turning with it, Blaze Kilroy, the defenseman for Drexel, and number 12, Nicholas Urbani, is on it. Eugene Lim's pass is intercepted right in front. And Eugene Lim, a great stick lift, able to get that puck up and now out of the zone. Jamie Crane loses it. Lim comes onto it first. No numbers, and it's poked away from him well. Being knocked off the puck was P.J. Breslow. Now it's given away, and Eugene Lim scores! Breslow gave it away at the wrong spot. Eugene Lim, the wrong guy to give it to. Slots it past the goaltender Taylor on the glove side, and Drexel leads 1-0 early. Boy, take it all the way back to the other end of the ice where Eugene Lim had turned it over in a really bad spot. As DiCarlo takes the shot, Taylor makes the save there. Drexel getting right back after it, but take it back to the other end of the ice. Eugene Lim turns it over in a bad spot. What does he do? He doesn't hold his head. He stick lifts, able to clear the puck out of the zone. Drexel builds. He forces a turnover in the offensive zone for the Dragons and then slots it home. Beautiful play by number 16, Eugene Lim. Now it plays its way back to Urbani. Long shot is blocked there by number 7, Chris Nathan. Nathan will come onto the puck now, has some help as well. That's Martin Huber back behind the net. Now DiCarlo has it. Kilroy winds and fires in a glove save there by Alex Taylor. And Drexel putting some early pressure on the Dukes of Duquesne. Duquesne came all the way across the state and even into New Jersey last night. Played William Patterson, a 3-2 win for the Dukes. Now here in Philadelphia to close out the weekend against Drexel. Drexel, on the other hand, at the tail end of a 3-game weekend. A 4-0 win against William Patterson. 6-2 winner last night against Mercyhurst, and now leading 1-0 against Duquesne. Kyle Fiore on the far side board. Sends it in front, and nobody was there. Johnny Perkoski turns the other way, and Duquesne comes up the ice. Losing the puck there was Greg Scolari, and Drexel comes back the other way. Mike Churchvara, the alternate captain, throws it right past James Schickling, and that'll come all the way to net, where Taylor covers it up. Patrick McGinley wins the faceoff for Drexel. Bertolino throws it back below the goal line. McGinley looking for help, sends it back behind. Here's Hart to captain. Hart loses the puck. McGinley got a stick in there. Now Hagan sends it right across, and McGinley wasn't ready. Hagan is such a good passer. Sometimes you're just not ready for those passes when they come across. This one fired back below the goal line. On it now is Sean Lloyd. Big number 80 for the Dukes comes up with it. Lloyd back behind the net, sends it off to the point where Danny Bigley is there. His shot is directed wide. Follow goes off the side of the net, and the net might have come off the moorings. It looked like it moved. Still no whistle. And it does look like it might be just slightly off the moorings. Back behind the net, and now Gravenstein amends for the issue. He put it right back onto the mooring as Duquesne was firing guys into the zone. Now Duquesne will get a half change as Drexel chases down the puck. Bertolino plays it up the near side wall. Hagan, a cross-ice pass for Hart, and they build from the back. Manioki plays up for Aaron Carmichael, who just came onto the ice. Great move into the slot. Goes to the forehand, taken down. There's no call. And now Duquesne looks to build the other way. Big hit there into the wall. P.J. Breslow does his best to avoid it. Kilroy up at the red line, throws it off the stick of Jamie Crane, and back the other way come the Dukes. Good move there, going to the backhand. First save made by Gravenstein. They bang away at it, and now Urbani comes out of it. And this time, the net definitely came off the moorings, and we get a whistle with 15:37 to play in the first period. The Dukes of Duquesne, 11-14, 0-1 on the year. But that result against William Patterson should also tell you everything you need to know. This team can play with really, really good hockey teams, and this should be a battle here tonight. As Crane lets it roll over his stick, it's banged back in by number 27, Martin Hubert. Carmichael, a backhanded pass to Jamie Crane, who carries across the blue line. Loses it in between the legs of the official, adroitly able to get it back. Sent across, and that went banged off the leg of number 26, Frank Rotello for Duquesne. And now the Dukes up the ice. Steven D'Elia, full head of steam, will get to the puck first and send it south of the goal line. Sent back in front, good stick in the way, might have been even the skate of Blaze Kilroy. And now Eugene Lim. Lim, one good move, makes it a 3-on-2. Drops off for Carmichael. Carmichael right across. Couldn't be finished there by Crane. That had a lot of steam on it. The other way, Braden Kozak. Kozak's shot is popped up, and it goes into the netting with 14:38 to play. Drexel scored an early goal here tonight. It was Eugene Lim causing a turnover inside the Drexel offensive zone as Duquesne was just looking to clear. Took it all the way in and beat the goaltender Taylor on the glove side. Chris DiCarlo will chase it deep. First to get there is Shai Maravi. Drexel pokes the puck loose. Mikulik tried to bat it down, and that could have been a hand pass, and it really should be. And now a late whistle is what stops the proceedings here at the Class of 1923 Arena. Cameron Neely did take the faceoff for the Dragons, and it's won by number 14, Johnny Perkoski, for Duquesne. Duquesne will be able to clear. Greg Scolari plays it up, was trying to find Samuel Kostelik, but could not. Now Fiore on a foot race, and it's won by Shai Maravi. Maravi unable to clear, though, as he wrapped it around the boards to the far side. Church Vara's long shot is patted wide below the goal line. Neely, good move there, but then loses the puck. Perkoski's pass is intercepted. Comes back to Mikulik, worked over and bounced over the stick of Church Vara. He'll stop on a dime, turn it back to the top of the circle. Good look for Mikulik on the opposing circle. That pass came across. Schickling is now on it in front. Played back behind the net for Cameron Neely. Neely carries to the slot, now takes the shot. It is blocked. Church Vara comes onto the backhand and will spin with it eluding 2 defenders. And that goes beyond the stick of Fiore and to center ice. Duquesne desperate for a change. They're only able to get 3 off. Now the rest will get off as Drexel gets a full change as well. Mikulik played it down. Kept in the zone by Hagen. Dropped back off for Hagen. Hagen finds Hart. That shot is deflected and goes high up into the netting. 13:01 to play here in the first period. And some good action from Philadelphia. McGinley to take the face-off against Sean Lloyd. Lloyd does pop the face-off back, and now the Dukes control. It's out to center ice. Kilroy is going to come onto it first for the Dragons dressed in their home whites. Kilroy just lost his footing as he tried to turn with it. Opportunity now perhaps for Ryan Sweeney and Duquesne. He's back there battling against Urbani. Urbani got a stick on it first, and Hart comes the other way. No numbers for Hart. He'll bounce it ahead south of the goal line and will get there first. Now McGinley is in there, unable to get possession of the puck, and Sean Lloyd pokes it up the near side. This will be an icing, and Duquesne will be unable to get the change. Drexel will get fresh legs on the ice. Aaron Carmichael will take the face-off for the Dragons. Near side circle. Duquesne looking to clear. C.J. O'Shell can't quite do it. Good pinch there. And Jamie Crane was able to keep it in the zone, but now Duquesne is able to carry it up the ice. Carried on by Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney takes it below the goal line, sent right in front, it's still loose, and somehow that one doesn't go in the net. Might have been blocked in there by Erik Bertolli. Now it's 2-on-1. A second defender joins the fight. Big pad save there, that time from Taylor. And that one won't be kept in the zone. Bertolli got that one caught in between his skates. Duquesne flips one high. On it first, number 98, P.J. Breslow, playing back for Mike Krzyzewski. That's right, Mike Krzyzewski, number 8. No relation, I suppose. Up to center ice. Poked to the side by number 26, Frank Rotello. On it first now is Krzyzewski, playing back for Mancha. Mancha loses the puck, and it's going to have to be Breslow turning with it. Dumps it back in. Drexel on it first. Bertolli now has it behind the net for the Dragons. Looking to clear, and they do. Let's see if they wave off icing. They do not. And it will be a face-off down the other end. Probably the right call, but Dan Rosado, I don't think he was skating extra hard to get to that puck by any stretch of the imagination. Puck comes to the point. It's flicked back. Jeshman Yoki plays it up the near side. Good pinch there by D'Elia, able to hold that puck in. And Duquesne having some success on the forecheck here. Manioki, good work. Able to carry it and then clear it. D'Elia turns with the puck. Number 9 for Duquesne. Long pass connects. D'Elia's going to get it back and then gives it away. Here comes Drexel the other way. Duquesne doesn't have anyone back. Rung right across. Puck came off the moorings. It was batted out of midair. The shot goes in the net, but the net was so far off the moorings, it should have been called right away. The referees missed it initially, and now it's obviously a tough one for Drexel to take when that puck goes in the net. That net had to be off the moorings 4 to 5 seconds before that shot was taken, and nobody noticed it. .10:13 to go, first period. Drexel still leads 1-0. Another fantastic opportunity in front that actually found a moving target. So give credit to Christopher Hagen there. But the net now back on the moorings, and we're ready for hockey again. Face-off punched forward, and now Duquesne looks to clear. They will. A good pass up the ice. Finds Kozak. Kozak at the point. Turns with it, and nobody was there. Churchvara, that long pass escapes the stick of Sklar, and just so close, Duquesne is able to clear. Now that one touched up at the red line by Runk as he comes to the bench, as will the rest of the Dragons. Churchvara. Very nice pass over to Kyle Fiore. Not a lot of numbers as Fiore comes in, and it's taken off his stick by number 27, Martin Hubert. That one pops up and into the Drexel bench. Halfway home here in the first period. Live from the class of 1923 arena, Drexel Hockey Network. Our coverage of Dragons hockey every home game all season long. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Grisafulli is on camera. Blaze Kilroy tries to turn on the puck. Good work there by Shai Maravi, but cannot continue his effort up the ice. And now Fiore comes the other way with it. Again, not a ton of numbers for Fiore. Sends it back behind the net. Popped up well by Schickling. Neely takes the defender off the puck. Off-angle shot. They bang away at it. It's still loose. Back for Kilroy. Taken off his stick. To the near side. Comes back to Urbani. That shot is blockered high by the goaltender Taylor. Drexel, phenomenal effort on the forecheck here. Fiore whiffed on the backhand attempt to send it in front of the net. Cameron Neely in there on the forecheck. He gets there first. Taken then away from him, and here comes Duquesne the other way. They're going to be happy to clear it into the zone, and Gravenstein doesn't know where it is. That's a little bit unfortunate for Drexel, because I think certainly the idea would have been to get rid of that puck, as there were no Dukes in the area. All of them were changing. But because he didn't quite know where it was, better to be safe. And now the faceoff comes deep in the Duquesne offensive zone. Churchvara clears it excellently. What a pass. Here comes Hagan. That shot is deflected and does go just high of the bar. But McGinley, Hart, and Hagan work so well together and can build from that wonderful pass that came from Churchvara. Now he switches the ice. Miklik comes with it up at the red line. Long shot goes high and hits the high glass behind the net. Sent right on. That was a dangerous shot there by Hart, as Taylor wasn't quite ready for it. Now Martin Hubert turns with it for Duquesne, and it does just bleed its way out of the zone, and it pops up and out of play with 7:44 to play here in the first period. Just that lone early goal from Eugene Lim, the difference thus far. A reminder that next Saturday night against NYU, the home finale for this Drexel Dragons team will be Ed Snyder night. They'll be honoring some of the youth teams through the Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation. They also call this building home, all those programs. We may have some coaches to interview in between the periods as well, and we're looking forward to that. Also, the night of February 18th will be a Chipotle fundraiser for the Drexel men's hockey program, a fundraiser that will help get the team to nationals and, of course, support the program going forward. So right here near Drexel's campus, as there's an offside coming against Drexel, that's the 18th of February in the evening, the Chipotle right near Drexel's campus in University City. Make it a point to get down here and support the program. Aaron Carmichael wins the faceoff, and it comes back behind Gravenstein. Manioki has trouble with that one, back behind the net. Now Kozak. Chris Nathan sends it across. Shot does come in on Gravenstein, and he covers it up. Rotello was trying to get a little bit more on that, but the stick came down well from the Drexel defense and prevented him from following through. Nathan Runk to take the face-off against Chris Nathan. Controlled by Duquesne, but it comes up to Chris DiCarlo, and he's able to send it out of the zone, was looking for Runk. DiCarlo tipped it off of Kozak's stick. That pass flicked high. The alternate captain is able to get it out of the zone, and now Chris Nathan is on it. Nathan Runk comes up with the puck, played back behind the net for Nicholas Urbani. Back for Kilroy. That one went a little bit past his stick. This will pop up and stay in the rink. And Josh Sklar plays it up. Sklar up for DiCarlo. DiCarlo over for Urbani. Sent right in front. The one-timer from Sklar was intercepted. Nice job by number 10, Justin Todd, to get his stick in the way. And now being thrown down hard on the play, and we're going to get a penalty coming up. It's going to be against Duquesne. Chris DiCarlo was taken down hard on the play, right in front of the bench as Duquesne was switching. So they're going to pull number 4, Devin Rosado, from the bench and send him to the sin bin. Drexel's first power play opportunity here tonight comes with 5:57 to play in the first period. Schickling turns with the puck, plays it back for Churchvara. Now Carmichael has it at the dot, takes the shot, and it's blocked. And sprawling in a heap, number 26, Frank Rotello. Drexel continues on, sent in front, and it went across an open net, but a big play there by Sean Lloyd. Kept in there by number 8, Aaron Carmichael. Eugene Lim tries a touch pass. Intercepted, but Drexel keeps it in again. Neely back behind the net, turns with it. Back for Carmichael. Now Eugene Lim in the slot. Drops it back for Carmichael, top of the circle. Sent right across, and Neely couldn't get a stick on it. Pinching there is Eugene Lim. Neely comes up with it. Churchvara at the point, bangs it along the near side boards. This crossing pass comes to Carmichael. Back for Churchvara. Churchvara sends across for Limbs, got some space, winds and fires. The follow, score! Cameron Neely takes a big rebound, able to slot it home. And Drexel leads 2-0 with a power play goal coming from Cameron Neely. Such great patience and movement that time from the Drexel Dragons as Lim and Churchvara changing spaces, changing places throughout the ice. Found some openings on the near side of the ice as Churchvara carried a second defender over. Eugene Lim had that open shot, forced the pad save, and the follow by Cameron Neely. Now Drexel builds once again. Patrick McGinley sends it on. It's sticked there by the goaltender Taylor. This one sent down. Patrick McGinley on a race to get to the puck, and it will be Drexel to make control. Erik Bertolli up for Christopher Hagan. He whiffed on the puck, but Dylan Hart was there as the safety valve, able to clear. Bertolino sends it back below the net, and Drexel gets a change. Assisted by number 16, Eugene Lynn, and Aaron Carmichael. Chris DiCarlo turns on the puck now and has it taken away, or it bounces off the stick of Duquesne. Bertolino off the near side boards, given away right in front. A backhand sent on. Lloyd turns on it. They scramble for it in front, and a big save by Gravenstein. Now Lloyd turns and fires. Save made. The follow bounced over the stick of Ryan Sweeney. Now it comes back in on Gravenstein, and he covers it up. And a good job by the senior goaltender Dylan Gravenstein to prevent that opportunity. The goals for the Dragons. Eugene Lim on the first, Cameron Neely on the second. They gave Eugene Lim the assist as he fired that one at the pad of the goaltender Taylor. And it directly led to that goal for Cameron Neely, number 25. Always does a great job in front of the net. Now Neely's back on the puck. Backhanded up, intended for Nicholas Urbani. Turned on, though, by Breslow. Up the ice, now comes Johnny Perkoski. Loses it, able to keep possession. Back to Rotello. That shot goes into the catching glove of Dylan Gravenstein. 3:04 to play, first period. A very complete first period of hockey here from the Drexel Dragons. They've stayed out of the penalty box. They've scored 2 goals and, generally speaking, have been crisp with passes. They've created great opportunities in front on 13 shots. Danny Bigley directs that one wide. Nobody on the far side as it comes off the backboards. Carmichael up at center ice. Takes the shot. It's blockered there by Taylor. Krzyzewski plays it up to the backboards. Gravenstein's got to get back in net and does. Good stick work that time by the goaltender, Dylan Gravenstein. And Eugene Lim was a step offside as it was sent in by Nicholas Urbani. McGinley wins the faceoff for the Dragons, plays it into the zone. Knocked out there by Devin Rosado. Rosado now plays it up, and that pass was intercepted. It was intended for number 21, Greg Scolari, and the other way comes Patrick McGinley. McGinley, no numbers, takes it into the slot area in between the circles, taken down by Rosado. Now Churchvara carries for the Dragons across center ice and whips it down. And Duquesne's getting a half change, so perhaps an opportunity for Hagen. Hagen in front. The one-timer was whiffed on by Dylan Hart. And out the other way comes number 23, Ryan Sweeney. Takes down Churchvara, comes onto the puck. Sweeney turns on it well, looking for help, and there's really none there. So he holds it on the boards. Now takes the shot, rebound in front. They bang away at it. They scramble for it, and it goes just wide. Lloyd plays it up. Now the shot comes from Rotello. Christopher Hagen able to clear for Drexel. Some good opportunities there for the Dukes as Jim Mikulik fires it down, and Drexel will get a change. Fiore in there first. This one's popped straight up into the air by Sean Lloyd. Comes up with the puck but can't clear. Sent back behind by Rotello, and Blaze Kilroy effectively pinching comes onto the puck. He's very quickly taken off the pucks, kept in by Schickling, and sent back behind the goal. Rotello, he'll try again to clear. Duquesne having a heck of a time trying to clear this one out of the zone. Urbani keeps it in. Now Fiore takes it through 2 defenders. Schickling back behind the net, and they continue to work. Big hit there by Urbani at the blue line. And only then, and only with that effort, is Duquesne able to clear. Now it's right back into the glove of Alexander, and we'll take the face-off in the Drexel offensive zone. 20.3 seconds to go. Duquesne's complaining about a penalty there, a roughing penalty against Urbani, but honestly, I like the no call. The puck was right on the stick of the guy that was hit, and Urbani didn't leave his feet. Put the shoulder into him. Nothing wrong with that hit. Sent across. Crane shot. Might have caught the outside of the post. Now in front. Sent across, and nobody was there. Now 5 seconds left. One last build for Duquesne. Can they get the shot off? They cannot. And after 20 minutes of action, it's Drexel 2, Duquesne 0. Pretty clean period of hockey for Drexel. Nobody to the penalty box through the first 20 minutes. Duquesne went just once, and Drexel converted with a power play goal. This is what you like to see if you're a Drexel hockey fan. They are getting it together and playing at a high level all weekend long as they go into the final weeks before heading down to Dallas in mid to late March for the conference tournament in early March. Things are going well for the Dragons as they lead 2-0. We'll take a break, and we're going to have some interviews with members of the Drexel hockey team here at intermission, as well as the voice of the Philadelphia Flyers, Lou Nolan. Stay tuned. We're back here at the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and we're with former inductee Lou Nolan, who was on with us last year. We're really excited to have you back, and nice to see you here.
Well, you know, it's a great event. I'm glad to be here, and I'm more honored that I was inducted, and it's great to see friends here that are making that journey the same way, notably Reggie Leach.
Yeah. Absolutely. A tremendous, tremendous player, as you well know, back in the 1975 Stanley Cup teams, and part of that unbelievable line back in the 70s that really just took other teams' lunch money.
I think there were 141 goals from that line. I remember that number because they threw out, it broke some record or something, I don't know, and they threw out these dollar bills, orange dollar bills, and they fluttered down. Nothing reached the ice, but I got a couple of those home. But, I mean, I've seen Reggie score 5 in a game. It's pretty good.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really unbelievable. Yeah. And so if you compare a line like that, a team like that, to some of the other great teams that the Flyers have had, of course, they won a Stanley Cup, so that is right there at the top. But what did they bring that makes such a good hockey team and kind of led people to believe and led people to understand what the Flyers' identity was?
Well, you know, when you win the title like that and win the cup, you basically are in everybody's heart forever, and it's very difficult. You know, with Billy Barber and Clarkie and Reggie together, Reggie could really shoot, and so could Billy Barber, and Clarkie could set them up and then pick up the garbage that bounced off goalies because the goalies couldn't control the puck. So they popped in a large number of goals. Later on, with Tim Kerr playing and Dave Poulin playing, guys like that, there were people that were almost equal, but not quite equal. And you could be in Game 7 and against Edmonton and not make it, and it's a world of difference from making it and having what it takes to win that cup.
Really is. You're absolutely right. And against some of the tremendous teams back there in the 1970s, notably they beat the Buffalo Sabres to win the Stanley Cup in 1974 and 1975. How has the game changed in your mind since that time to some of the great players and teams that you see today?
Well, that's a softball question. Speed. The teams that back in those years wouldn't come up the ice with the same speed as they do now across the league. A little more of a snake-like entry into zones. Our guys don't do a lot of that. When they do that, they're offside. Because somebody always wants to go straight at it. But these guys, they're drilled differently. They drill the same thing over and over and over until it becomes part of what they have in their brains as far as how they perform. And speed is the main thing. And talent, I think these guys nowadays keep themselves in better shape. I think they are measured in every single thing that they could possibly be measured in. We have analytics now in the league. 2 or 3 people with the Flyers do analytics. So everybody knows in management what can be done and how somebody's performing.
All right, so I'll try for not 2 softball questions in a row, Lou. I would hate to do that. So let's talk about the junior ranks, and let's talk about USA hockey and where the future is for USA hockey in terms of producing prospects. Of course, when we talk about the Olympics, we're not going to be talking about NHL players any longer. So the junior game, the next wave of USA talent. How do you see that?
Well, because there's so much emphasis put on national teams nowadays, and they'll train 50, 60 guys at camp and pull them from different places. I think it's good. I think we're going to be good going forward. Junior hockey and the ages leading up to junior hockey, 16, under 16, under 17s, under 18s, they're better than they ever have been. And I think that the future's really strong. Good leadership, good teams, a lot of American players.
And speaking of the juniors, obviously the college game has just exploded in terms of amateurs that are trying to make that next step. You see a team just in this state like Penn State make the jump up to NCAA Division I and the success that they've had. The college game, how do you feel that the college game is being represented both from a media perspective and in terms of the talent that you see then filtering upward?
Well, I think more than ever you have the ability to tune into a college game just about any night you wish to do so because of the proliferation of cable and digital television. And so you can watch people. Now, they're being scouted all the time for talent, just like the juniors are and just like the other professional ranks are. So I think that the college game itself is so exciting. I mean, those guys go out and they run through the end of the boards and nail somebody. I mean, it's terrific. And nonstop, and they produce some pretty good players, and that's evident by the individuals that have come into the NHL. But I mean, talk about Gostisbehere, right? He was, his team won the Frozen Four, and they won 7-4. He was +7. So, I mean, it's ridiculous, And he's played well with us. I think that some of the talent has caught up to him. He's got that little move back again that he had in his first couple of years, and then last year lost a little bit of. It's confidence, He's a good player, and I think that things ahead for our Flyers team are strong.
So why and what in particular gives you that indication? Obviously, a great organization that year after year is trying to put a good team on the ice. And I got to ask you, as you're wearing the beautiful orange tie this evening, what you see out of the Flyers this year. And, of course, there's some great prospects in the pipe, most specifically a guy that'll be in between the pipes.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Carter Hart, who is down in Allentown now, and will probably play a majority of the games there. And he's got a lot to learn. It's just like anybody that comes out of junior, no matter what level you play on. You play national and junior, you're still playing against other junior players. You start playing against men who have a better shot, who will not, will do what they need to do to win a game, including running goalies. So it's a little different there. But he'll go to school there, and Ron Hextall will be very patient with him. And if we hold up okay up here, I think that he'll get his chance to learn, adjust to the shot, adjust to the speed of the game, which is accelerated in both ways. And I think we'll see him here, but I got a funny feeling we won't see him this year.
Yeah, interesting. I know that's the question. There's a lot of fans out there calling for him now, but perhaps the best thing for his development.
Yeah, his numbers aren't great, and I think that is part of the challenge for him to face. How do I make my numbers better? Now, think of the pressure on people here. If he was 5-0 with a 161 goals against average and a 933 save percentage, it's not like that. If it was, there'd be pressure to bring him up every time a goalie has a bad game. But it's not like that. And I think they're going to have time with him there, and I think he really needs the time. So Allentown's a nice place.
Yes, it is. Not too bad. Billy Joel once wrote a song about it.
Yes, he did.
Well, before I let you go, I got to give a shout-out on behalf of the Drexel University hockey program. I've been calling their games this year, going to be doing every home game for them, and I know that all those guys and everybody that's associated with hockey in Philadelphia, big fans of yours. I can say the same for myself. Appreciate you coming on and being a part of this.
Well, I'm flattered. Thank you. As I said here when I was inducted, I'm just a kid from Southwest Philly who loved hockey when lots of guys played basketball, and I never believed the ball was coming back to my hand when I dribbled. So instead it was hockey. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate the chance.
It's been a pleasure. Welcome back inside the class of 1923 arena on the campus of Drexel University. Bob Long here with the Drexel Hockey Network. Mike Crisafulli back behind the camera. Excited to begin the second period, bring it to you. And a reminder, as we mentioned in the first period, next weekend against NYU will be Ed Snyder Hockey Night. So we'll be honoring some of the teams, interviewing those folks at half. Or one of the intermissions, I should say, coming from basketball, doing a game earlier today. But at intermission, we'll do that. And then the 18th of February is a Chipotle fundraiser night for the team right down here in University City, so be part of that. In the first half, Drexel was really solid. Lead 2-0, did about everything right that you could. Scored a power play goal, another goal 5-on-5, created a ton of chances in the first period. Dylan Gravenstein was great in net. So let's see what Drexel continues to do. Chance to sweep the 3-game set this weekend, and we'll turn your attention now to the ice. Duquesne dressed in the road red uniforms with the blue outline and shoulders and the white numerals. Drexel in the home whites. They have the puck now, but they give it away. Opportunity here for Duquesne to start the period. Kept in at the point and batted back behind the net. Brandon Kozak sent in front. Nice block there by Jim Mikulik. Lloyd sends it back to the point. Danny Bigley gets it back to Sean Lloyd, and it's given away. James Schickling, a big hit to send him into the boards. This touched up by Fiore right at the red line. And down behind the net it goes. A full change for Drexel, except for Cameron Neely, who now will come to the bench. Mike Krzyzewski is in there on the forecheck. It's batted by him, but only to the point. Now dropped right in front, and it rolls right over the stick of Rotello. Schickling the other way, off for Crane, dives for it, and he and number 4, Davin Rosato, go into the backboards. This one poked away. Here's P.J. Breslow. Shot goes high. Sent right across. What a pass. Rotello in front. Puck is still loose. Rotello gets it back, takes another shot, and it's blocked by Lim. And Lim turns with it and flicks it high to center ice. P.J. Breslow will flick it in. Duquesne will get a change. Long pass to the opposing side of the ice. Aaron Carmichael has it taken off his stick. Now it's Eugene Lim going 1-on-4 as Drexel gets a change. Lim maintains puck possession right in front. Hard shot goes off the side of the net. Now a long pass brought down there by Jess Manioki. Manioki stays with it well. Puck is still loose. He's taken down on the play, but it comes up to Hart, who flicks it in. Hart lays a hit right at the point. McGinley runs into number 21, Greg Scolari. Bertolino's pass hops over the stick. It was touched, though, by Hart. Waves off the icing. And now McGinley comes up with it on the near side, right in front. One-timer, follow, won't go. Net's wide open, puck is still loose. And now it's covered up by Alex Taylor. 17:29 to play. What a glorious opportunity in front by the Drexel Dragons. Hagan got a lot of that one-timer. Taylor happened to be there. Popped right in front to him again. Went with the backhand. Puck still laid loose after another save, and they jammed away at it. It just would not go. Churchvara keeps it in, but only for a second. Pass was a little bit long. Jim Mikulik is going to get there first. Dropping it back for Churchvara. Has 2 defenders on him. An effective forecheck here for Duquesne, but then they give it right back. Churchvara, full head of steam, gets to the circle and turns with it. That one comes right across the crease. McGinley now. Up to Mikulik at the point. Plays catch with McGinley. McGinley bats it behind for Hagan. Hagan has it now, tried to pass it, but that rolled off the edge of his stick. And now number 9, Stephen D'Elia, able to clear, trying to get it onto the stick of Brandon Kozak. Drexel with a change as a long pass, or I should say Duquesne with the change, as Drexel's long pass goes right over the stick, and now here comes number 23, Ryan Sweeney, batting it up ahead. Jim Mikulik able to send it off the backboards. Up to the near side, Jamie Crane carries. Into the offensive zone. Crane takes it behind the net. Guarded every step of the way there by Martin Hubert. Back to the point. Long shot is blocked down there by Taylor. The alternate captain, Ryan Sweeney, gets it up to center ice, and it's sent right back in by Blaze Kilroy. Goaltender's in trouble. Very fortunate to get rid of that puck. Was a sitting duck there back behind the net as Drexel crashed in trying to make something happen with the goaltender out of position. Now Crane, it's tipped up, holds the line as Carmichael comes across. Drops it off in front. He's going to get it back. A couple guys are behind the play as Kilroy went down. Now Eugene Lim sent it across, got it back. Right on the goal line, takes it below the goal line. Eugene Lim tried to send it through the defender, but well done by number 80, Sean Lloyd. This is going to be icing, however, as it's sent all the way down. .15:28 to play, second period. Drexel a 2-0 lead, a 19-11 shot advantage over the 11-14 0-1 Duquesne Dukes. Sweeney has it now for the Dukes, gets to the red line and rips it down the ice. Erik Bertolli has it on the near side, plays up for Nathan Runk. Now Josh Sklar across for Chris DiCarlo. DiCarlo with the shot is blocked right off his stick by Rotello. DiCarlo still has it, carries up near the point, drops off for Bertolli, who then sends it right back behind the net. Rotello up for Bertolli. That shot didn't have a lot on it, and it's nicked away by Devin Rosato. Drexel still with possession on the forecheck. Runk back behind the net. Rotello bangs it over to his teammate Chris Nathan, and this is going to be icing, as long as Bertolli can win the race, and he does. You're watching Drexel Hockey on the Drexel Hockey Network. It's live on @DrexelHockey on Twitter. You can also find it on the Drexel Point Streaks website. You can also follow us on Twitter. Become a subscriber. Now that's sent right in front. Dropped back to one-timer. What a save. Lateral movement that time from Alex Taylor. Might have knocked the post off the mooring as well. But he was up to task, as that was a nifty little drop-off that time from James Schickling, and Taylor stayed right with it on the one-timer from Fiore. Mikulik with it, takes the shot off the blocker of Taylor. Schickling taken down, Fiore is right there. Now 2 Dukes and 2 Dragons back behind the net fight for it. Schickling comes out with it, but he's badgered by Danny Bigley. Schickling still has it, and now a scramble for it back behind the net. It will be Kyle Fiore. On the near side, glass over for Cameron Neely. His pass is deflected. He's able to lift the stick and get the puck right back. Puck is still fought for, and they can't clear it. Churchvera takes the shot, and it goes off the pad. Mikulik fires one as he gets hit into the boards. He gets tangled up with a Duquesne defender. This one's sent in front for Neely. Neely will glide back behind the net, and Fiore was going for a change. Neely didn't seal it. Fiore going for the change. Neely didn't see it, and now into the Drexel bench. 13:24 to play, second period. No score yet in this second frame, but a lot of action on both sides. Nathan Runk against Sean Lloyd in the face-off circle. It was won by Runk, nearly cleared, and now indeed so. Blaze Kilroy bats it off the near side wall. And this one will go past the Dragons and will be an ice. Alexander Taylor in net for Duquesne has been asked to do a lot here tonight. He's made 19 saves on 21 shots. Senior night here for Drexel. Honoring 5 seniors on this program, which is kind of scary. They're going to miss, of course, Dylan Hart. And he's been, nothing short of spectacular this year. And Erik Bertolli, Jess Manioki have seen a little bit less time this year, but obviously big for the program, as we're going to have a cross-check called against Drexel, or called against, I think, Duquesne. Yeah, it looks like number 23, Ryan Sweeney, will go to the penalty box. So as we mentioned, Bertolino and Manioki, Gravenstein, obviously. A little bit less time, but they've all contributed in a big way. The captain Hart will be missed as well. Jim Mikulik has been tremendous defending. So that's a lot to lose. There's also a lot of guys that are not seniors and so much talent on this team that will return next year and the year after that. Head coach Kyle Zoldi has to be excited about what he has here in this program and continues to build as that shot goes up into the netting and out of play. First things first with these seniors, win this game tonight, continue your way through the conference tournament in a few weeks, and then get that coveted first national tournament win. The goal of the program this year, and has been for really since we talked in September. We started talking with these guys. Here's a giveaway, though. Breslow scores. Just a bad giveaway by the Dragons, and Breslow didn't miss on the blocker side. They score shorthanded. So we've had a 5-on-5 goal. That came early for the Dragons. A power play goal came for the Dragons to make it 2-0 in the first period, and now a shorthanded goal scored with 12:05 to go in the second period. 7:55 into the period, and it's scored by P.J. Breslow. Still 1 minute, 5 seconds left on the man advantage for Drexel. Chance to get it back. Good look for Neely. Neely couldn't control the pass, though, and he runs right into Churchvara. This kept in at the slot. Eugene Lim dumps it off for Carmichael. A lot of traffic, so he takes the shot. A big block. Carmichael gets it back. Churchvara takes the shot that was deflected, brought down Neely, able to punch that one back. Sent across for Carmichael on his backhand, now brings it to his forehand, sent right across. One-timer was off. Churchvara at the goal line. 22 seconds left on the power play. Patrick McGinley coming on, and this is cleared away. Opportunity for Lloyd, and he's going to elect to go to the bench instead. Quickly turning on it is Eugene Lim. Fresh legs for Duquesne. Taken off the puck, and it's fired all the way down with 5 seconds left. And that will expire the power play. So Duquesne gets everything they wanted after that penalty. They get the goal, kill off the power play, and now trail by just the one goal with 10:35 to play in the second period. That puck touched up at center ice, will come wide of net. Blaze Kilroy back behind the net to get it, but cannot control the puck. Urbani turns with it. Good pass up the ice for Chris Hagan. Hagan comes up to the top of the circle, sends it right across. Hart circling, and Kilroy went for the one-timer. It's going to be a race for the puck. Stephen D'Elia will get there before Nicholas Urbani, but Urbani able to control the puck. Forecheck here, though, for Duquesne, and D'Elia comes back up with it, sent right in front, and that rolled over the stick of Chris Nathan. Hart drops off. Hart gets it back, takes the shot, rebound in front. Hagan was there, but could not get the follow on net. Now 3-on-3. Right by Manioki, sent right in front. Now the follow goes wide. Up at the point, nobody there, trying for the keep, and it does bleed its way to center ice. Jess Manioki turns with it. Patience here with 9:27 to play in the second period. Erik Bertolli is out there, flips it up for Crane. Good move by Crane, gets through one defender and maintains possession. Now it's stripped loose by Duquesne, and turning with it, number 19, Matthew Doman. Doman plays it back for Frank Rotello. Rotello's pass onto the stick of Sweeney, and that's touched up as Duquesne gets a half change. Now it's flipped back up to center ice, and Bertolli not able to really control, but played back for Manioki. Manioki carries into the blue line, runs into a lot of defenders. Good work there, though, as Carmichael's on the forecheck, and Jamie Crane's going to be called for a penalty. Boarding coming up as he knocks Mike Krzyzewski into the far side boards. And now Duquesne, what was a 2-0 deficit, and Drexel on a power play, just like that, a sure-handed goal later. And now Crane to the box is 2-1 Drexel, and Duquesne with a chance to tie with a 5-on-4. How quickly things can change. Shot goes wide. Ravenson has to come back in front. That one was right in front, and a deflection off the stick of Mancha. Mancha gets it back. That shot goes well wide. P.J. Breslow is over there in the area looking to clear, but Drexel cannot. Breslow's going to get it back. Scored the first goal, and a great poke there by Nathan Runk. The long arms of big number 23 were essential there. Paddled ahead there by the goaltender Taylor, and now Duquesne carries it up. Sent back behind the net. Neely has some time, turns on it, but can't clear. Sent right in front. Bigley plays it back to the slot. Directed along the far side boards. Back for Bigley. Shot. Saved there by Gravenstein. And Church-Vara will carry. It's a 2-on-2. And he's going to glide it back. Good look there for Neely. Back for 2-on-2 again. His shot barely got off the stick. And now numbers for Duquesne. Kilroy comes off the bench to aid. Urbani flips it, and it doesn't get by Breslow. And the net came off the moorings. Let's see. Dylan Gravenstein saying, hey, that's got to be a penalty on the alternate captain, Martin Hubert. It came a little bit behind the play. I didn't see it well. I don't think we're going to get any blood on that one. Still 47 seconds left on the man advantage for Duquesne. Mike Krzyzewski will take the face-off. I mentioned this in the first period. Yes, Mike Krzyzewski. Not a misprint or a misstatement. Ryan Sweeney on the forecheck. Drexel, though, looking to clear. Stephen D'Elia is in there for Duquesne as well, but Drexel's able to get it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds left as Danny Bigley, the alternate captain, carries up the ice for Duquesne, dressed in red. A good pass, but goes just beyond the outstretched stick of Ryan Sweeney, and Gravenstein is there to cover up. Up at the point, it's popped ahead. Wind and fire, that one. Boy, what an impressive shot just to get the puck on it, but it did go wide off the stick of Manny Mancha. Frank Rotello back behind the net. They're having some trouble clearing. It's back to 5-on-5 as Urbani winds one, and that one's off the blocker of the goaltender Taylor. Carmichael in there on the forecheck, as is Eugene Lim. He's hit it into the boards, very similar to the last hit that we saw called for a penalty, and so will this one. Duquesne's not going to like the call. Looks like P.J. Breslow is the one going to be sent to the box. But again, you might not like the call if you're Duquesne. But if the first one's boarding, this one's boarding. Nearly the same spot on the ice, just a little bit lower on the boards. Two minutes, and Drexel goes on the power play. McGinley wraps it around, back for Urbani at the point. Urbani plays it for Hagen. They might are a little bit bunched. Now they space it out. Hart plays it back below the goal line. Carrying it now is Patrick McGinley. Across for Hagen. Hagen back for Urbani. It bounces over his stick and out of the zone. And Patrick McGinley was a step offside. Hart doesn't like the call, but I believe it was indeed offside with 5:56 to go here in the second period. And now another shorthanded opportunity. Shot was blocked. The follow was blocked again by Churchvara. Stays in the zone. Manny Mancha working alone and doing a fantastic job. Mike Churchvara, though, knocked into the net. And we got a whistle, as I believe that caused the net to come off the mooring. But Manny Mancha, a man possessed. Single-handedly working on the forecheck against 3-4 Drexel players. And now Drexel has to find a way out of the zone. Right in front, another great shorthanded opportunity. One more time, can't get the shot off, but Mancha continues to make his presence felt, and he will now go to the bench. What a tremendous shift for Manny Mancha. Carmichael pulls it back. Still 47 seconds left on the man advantage for the Dragons. Sent across. And a big play there by Lloyd. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. That pass was beyond the outstretched stick of Eugene Lim. So Mike Churchvara will try it again. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. Can't find the tape of Hart. And once again, Duquesne is able to clear it all the way down. That pass goes beyond McGinley's stick, and that's going to be icing. Not the best power play here for the Dragons tonight. Really haven't gotten any opportunity, and frankly, Duquesne's gotten more looks offensively than Drexel has. They've already given up one shorthanded goal. 6 seconds left. Churchvara, perhaps one more opportunity, but gives it away again. Fortunate that Mancha lost his skate, but again, there he is. Dropped off in front, Hart. McGinley back behind the net, able to slide below that hit. Up for Kilroy at the point. And it comes off the skate of Breslow. Foot race. Breslow could not get there first. But now Duquesne does maintain possession as Breslow is hit into the boards by Crane. And Drexel looking to clear a little bit on their heels as Duquesne has done a great job in the last 3 to 4 minutes. That one touched up at the red line, waves off the icing, allows Drexel to get a half change. Josh Sklar and Nathan Runk come onto the ice. Breslow turns and whacks it at the red line. Full change for Duquesne. Kilroy taken down behind the net. Johnny Perkoski doing yeoman's work on the forecheck. Perkoski comes up with it, sent in front, and DiCarlo will not get it out of the zone. Shot had nothing on it. It was well wide, and now Gravenstein covers it up with 3:18 to go in the second period. give Duquesne a ton of credit here for the way they've played in the latter stages of this second period. Drexel, can they flip the switch? Opportunity here for Schickling as he'll possess back behind the net. Fiore right in front, and that will be offside as that floated just one rotation over the blue line as Mikulik batted it back in. And perhaps if you're Drexel, you're seeing what part of a 3-game weekend looks like. 3 games, 3 days. And Duquesne, here's Lloyd, sent back behind the net. Let's see how much juice these guys have left for a period and change of regulation still to go in this 3-game weekend set. They lead 2-1. Neely back behind the net, taken off the puck by Lloyd. Floated back. Now Churchvaro one-timer, patted there by Taylor. This popped high and will go up into the netting and actually through the netting onto the concourse below. .2:19 to play, second period. Drexel a 2-1 lead. You're watching us live here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long, Mike Crisafulli. Was saying to Mike, my trusty cameraman who's been doing this all year long, can't believe that only one more home game left this season. It's been a great ride. Appreciate everybody letting me into their homes on a weekly basis. Now right in front, Eugene Lim can't get the stick on it. Great job by Duquesne to get that clearance. And now taking off the puck is Mike Krzyzewski. Krzyzewski and Sweeney, though, are in there. Sweeney, the alternate captain, working hard on the forecheck, able to get the puck away. Now trying to send it in front. Drexel making that difficult. Carmichael on the near side boards, turns with it, and able to filter it back behind the zone. Long pass, but that hits Carmichael. Looked like it was intended for Crane. Now Lim able to finally filter it over to Crane. He'll flip it high, and Drexel will get a change with 1:14 to go. Turning with it now, Devin Rosado. Make that Danny Bigley, excuse me, as he goes to the bench. Hagen with patience sends it up the ice, but that's intercepted. Waiting for a touch-up, and now flipped back in as P.J. Breslow tried to take it off the stick of Kilroy. That one kept in at the point. Dropped in between the circles. That comes back flipped high, right in front, banging away, and that goes as the net comes off the mooring, went wide off the stick of Breslow. So a stoppage with 42 seconds to play here in the second period. Christopher Hagen on the near side. Nice flip there for Nicholas Urbani. And now into the zone is Dylan Hart. Hart drops off for Urbani. Urbani carries around the net. McGinley is there. Glides to the top of the circle. Sent across. Couldn't get it onto the stick of Urbani. Now Hagen, good work on the forecheck. Able to bat the puck, but now Duquesne comes up with it. 11 seconds left. Up to center ice. Urbani will turn with it. 6 seconds left, now down to 5, and Drexel will be content going to the third, up 2-1. After 40 minutes of hockey, 2 goals to 1. We've had a goal of every variety. A 5-on-5 goal early, a power play goal by Drexel made it 2-0, and then here in the second period, a shorthanded goal by Duquesne. They had multiple opportunities for a second shorthanded goal on the second penalty to Drexel in this 20-minute period. And Duquesne has a little bit of momentum as we go into the third. Still a 25-16 shot advantage overall for Drexel, but make no mistake, the last 10 minutes of this second period, Duquesne flipped a little bit of a switch, and started playing with more energy and enthusiasm. It's going to give us a great last 20 minutes of regulation here from the class of 1923 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bob Long, play-by-play, Mike Crisafulli, camera, your team here for the Drexel Hockey Network. Thanks for being with us. We'll have some interviews with members of the Drexel Hockey program that we pre-recorded for your entertainment for our intermission report. Take care. Chris Hagan from the Drexel Dragons here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Back on the Drexel Hockey Network with Chris Hagan, the junior forward for the Drexel Dragons. And I talked with John just a few minutes ago about this. You know, everybody else is just moving into their dorms right now. You guys are full speed on ice, scrimmaging, and really fighting for spots. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, it's great to see all these new faces, incoming freshmen. They're all solid players. Yeah, just being on campus and stuff, being back on the ice with everyone. Yeah, we're excited for the season to start.
What was last year like for you guys? I know that you have very high expectations last year, but walk us through how last year went and how that transitions to this year.
Yeah, winning our league is always on our top goal list of the season. So it was awesome to win our league and then obviously go to nationals in Columbus. And then next year it's in Columbus or Dallas. So we're really excited for that.
Chris, where did you go to high school and how did you make your way to Drexel?
I went to North Fremont Herman, which is a prep school in Massachusetts. I heard about Drexel, the co-op system, and I heard they had a hockey team as well. I followed up with Zoldi and got a tryout and made the team. So.
That's great. Now, how would you characterize Coach Zoldi's style of coaching? It seems like he runs a really tight ship out there, but also gives you guys the freedom to, be yourselves on the ice. I'm impressed by what I've seen from Coach Zoldi so far, but how would you describe it coming from the bench?
Yeah, he's always up-tempo. He has a lot of sayings of be humble, but play hard. And the one thing I love about Zoldi is he lets you play your game, and he's a great coach.
Who's your squad in the NHL?
Squad? New York Islanders.
New York Islanders, okay. So how's that been, one, going up to Boston for prep school and then coming down to another hockey town in Philadelphia, neither of which are necessarily too fond of the Islanders?
Yeah, dealing with all the Bruin fans up there, it's a huge difference from down here, but I've come comfortable with everyone around here.
So you've been here for a couple years. I asked John Luca this question.
Yeah.
What was the funniest thing anybody did last year, whether that was in the dorms or on the road trip? Take us inside the locker room a little bit.
Yeah, so we have the talent show obviously is always a good time, but on the road trips, especially the long road trips, we have the freshmen sing on the bus their favorite song with headphones on, so they're just singing to the song on the bus without them actually listening and all that stuff. So it's a fun time.
That's tremendous. Looking forward to hearing more stories like that. And Chris, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
You got it. That's Chris Hagan from the Drexel Dragons here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Back to the Drexel Hockey Network, here with Jeremy Wick, Dylan Gravenstein, the two goaltenders for the team. Guys, it was a interesting morning skate and then a heck of a scrimmage out there. What did you guys see out there on the ice this morning?
It's definitely been a tough two skates. You had two skates in one day. The only good part is we got us two and then four other goalies this year. So, when you got that many guys and you're not taking as many shots, you're getting a little more rest. But I'm definitely excited. The team we got right now, I think we're looking real good. And I think everybody's really excited about the season.
Yeah, team looked really fast out there in the morning, and the beginning of scrimmage started off a little bit slower, but, as it picked up, as you saw, bodies were flying, like shots were getting on net. Overall, I thought the team looked really good, and, the team's looking solid, and keep it up going on for the rest of the tryouts.
It's so tough, I'm sure, because you don't even have your D1 and your D3 teams set yet. But compared to last year, from what you've seen in just the opening day here, how do you think you guys measure up to the caliber team you had last year?
I really do think we're going to be a lot better. We only lost 3 guys this year, 3 forward. Really, a lot of our core guys are still here, and then we're picking up a lot of really good players too. So I do think we're out taking our game from last year and stepping it up a level.
And I think, overall, the overall competitiveness, because of the fact that, there are 2 teams, you can see it out there where people are just, the work ethic has gone up, astronomically over what it used to be at tryouts and everything. And I think that really makes teams better over time. So I'm really looking forward to see how the rest of the skates go.
We're sitting here in the middle of September, and of course you guys start in a couple weeks, but there's a lot more that people don't see that goes into you guys getting out here even today and being as ready to play as you are. Walk me through what a summer is like for a goaltender like yourself and how you prepare yourself for today.
Yeah, so definitely there's a lot of different summer leagues that you participate in. I get a little college elite league here out in Philadelphia. I do that. Get in the gym as much as possible, and then really towards kind of July, August, I did another men's league out in Wilmington. So I was really, definitely getting to the gym as much as possible and making sure you're staying on the ice, staying fresh for, the upcoming season and being in the best shape possible coming into camp.
Yeah, just trying to stay on the ice, definitely hitting the gym. Another thing that, as goalies, got to be more flexible, so I like to do yoga and stretch. I find that incredibly important as much as, working out and everything. I really find that as you get older, you just get a lot tighter before you get out there on the ice. And the more you stretch, the more the type of yoga type stretching stuff you do, the better I feel out on the ice, at least personally. But
especially days where today we got 2 skates in one day, and then you go back at it again tomorrow. You're definitely your hips, your legs. You definitely are feeling it a lot more. So it's important to stay loose and drink a lot of water too.
The goaltender position is such an interesting one in hockey. Arguably the mentally most draining position out there. I'm sure you guys would agree, being goaltenders yourselves. Walk the folks that maybe have never gotten in the crease before, what that mental game is like and how you prepare yourself to be your best on a night in and night out basis.
Yeah, so as the goalie, you're the last line of defense. One shot that can go into that. You can't blame anybody else for your mistakes. If D makes a mistake or something, you're still there, but you can't. You're the last guy defense. You can bail out people, but you can't bail out yourself.
I always look at it, it's a lot of people can make smaller mistakes out on the ice and might go unnoticed, but when you're in net, you make a small mistake, you got that little red light behind you going off. So it's more of just focusing, and if you do make a mistake, it's in one ear and right out the other, because if you think about it for too long, it'll bring you down. But just getting in the crease, it's just focusing and playing your game, because you only know how you can play and not letting anything else bother you as possible.
Now, I would definitely say the biggest part is maybe bouncing back from when you do give up a goal. You're definitely down on yourself. You feel like you let the team down maybe in a sense. And that's the toughest part, just being able to, just got to be mentally tough, really, to bounce back and keep sticking to your game and playing the way you know how to, and playing to the best of it.
How do you build continuity with your defensemen as well? You're dealing with 3 lines of defensemen, obviously shifting in, shifting out.
Yep.
But all the while, you need to have continuity on that back line and communication with you as the goaltender. How do you build that?
Yeah, there is really a lot more kind of communication, you think, between the D and the goaltenders. All the forwards on the ice and all the D are talking to each other, but it really is important because you're the last guy and you can see the whole entire ice. You can see everything. So if a D is coming back at you, he doesn't know what's going on behind him. So as a goalie, you really got to communicate with those defensemen of yours.
And it starts in practice where, if we see things that are happening in practice that might have happened in a game before, we both definitely, we talk to the D, tell them things we like, things we don't like. Like in this play, you might want to have done this, going around the net in a certain way. But really the communication, and once you communicate with them and things go well, that confidence builds. So it's more of it's a continuation as to continue to build that confidence, because if you say something wrong, that could hurt it, but it's really something that you build over time. And that's how it starts in practice. Really starts now, where we talk, we yell at them, try to just get in their ear and make sure they're hearing what we're saying and see how it works.
So what are you guys looking forward to most this season? Is there any specific game, or just generally speaking what the mindset is as you're looking forward to the season?
I think every game is really going to be a big one, especially, our league and our division games, just because, we're back-to-back defending champions right now. Every time we play a team, they're going to be giving us their best. So we got to be ready for every game. But I'd say probably the biggest games of the year are probably our games against Navy.
Yep.
They're definitely our biggest rival. It's easy to get up for those games. Everybody's excited about one, and those ones are a battle.
Yeah. like you're saying, every game's important, and really the best thing, the one thing that I know as a team we all look forward to is just winning another championship, and that's what we want to do. But if you were to say one game overall, it's the possibility that we might play at Lincoln Financial Field this year in an outdoor game. That would be I'd definitely look forward to that one. That would be cool.
Great stuff. Jeremy, Dylan, appreciate you guys coming on. I enjoyed speaking.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll be on again.
Thank you.
Welcome back inside the Class of 1923 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bob Long on play-by-play for DHN, the Drexel Hockey Network. Mike Crisafulli back behind the camera. Drexel leads 2-1. Duquesne through the kitchen sink at Drexel late in that second period. Perhaps gives the Dukes a little bit of positive momentum going into the third. But a big night for Dylan Gravenstein in net. Doing a nice job, really. The goal that he gave up, not his fault. Bad turnover right in front. Let's see if he can continue to keep it going in net here tonight. Can the Drexel Dragons finish this one off? And we are underway in the third. Drexel with that 2-1 lead. 25 shots through the first two periods to just 16 for Duquesne. Duquesne finishing up a weekend on the East Coast as well as they traveled to William Patterson University, won that game 3-2, and now here in Philadelphia. Jamie Crane, good pass across the ice, shot, save there. Wonderful save by Taylor as Churchvara went high with the wrister. Touched up by Carmichael. Eugene Lim will chase it back as turning on it is Martin Hubert. Hubert plays it up for P.J. Breslow. And that is now cleared well. Manny Mancha. Mancha had a fantastic later stages of the second period. And goes for the stick lift on Carmichael. That'll send it all the way down, and that will be an icing. .19:03 to play, third period. 2-1 lead for Drexel. Drexel has too many men on the ice, so Christopher Hagan will come back to the bench. Nicholas Urbani carries back behind the net, plays up for Carmichael off the far side boards. This flipped into center ice. Well done by Patrick McGinley, now Dylan Hart. That shot goes high. McGinley tracks it down. He's taken down on the play. Also going down is Mike Krzyzewski. Bodies flying everywhere as Drexel looks to keep it in the zone. But now a nice job by Matthew Doman. It's 1-on-4. Poked away well there by Urbani. McGinley, a good move. And now it is cleared, although this is going to be an icing. So brought all the way back into the Drexel defensive zone with 18:28 to play in the third. Drexel dressed in the home white uniforms. The yellow and dark blue stripes across the shoulders. Yellow trim, dark blue numerals. Duquesne with the red uniforms, dark blue trim and blue shoulders, along with the white numerals. On the forecheck, Chris Nathan sends it back behind the net. Blaze Kilroy is in there for Drexel, and now Urbani plays back for Kilroy again. And he'll carry it up the center of the ice. This flipped high, and that goes right over the stick of Martin Hubert. Hard in there on the forecheck, plays it back to the point, but nobody was there as Drexel was getting a change. It will be the top line defense, Mike Churchvara and Jim Mikulik. As Churchvara carries it, and it's taken away from him. Now Nick Antonio taken away from him. Another opportunity in front. Churchvara comes up with it. Still not out of the zone, and now finally back to center ice. Mancha flips it back in. First to get it is Churchvara, now over to Mikulik. Schickling's long pass is onto the stick of Kyle Fiore. Stays on the puck well through a hit, sent in front and a little bit too far, intended for Schickling. Mikulik up at the point, takes the shot, and covering it up. Alex Taylor, the goaltender. Just your average goaltender, number 88, Alex Taylor. Of course, just to clarify there, Taylor, a better than average goaltender, just making a, well, we'll call it a silly joke about what's normally a forward's number. And I think a number that folks think of here in Philadelphia, number 88, as a top-line center, Eric Lindros. But Taylor making it work in net, having a great night here this evening. This slid up the near side board. Sweeney flips it high. Mikulik plays it off the board, and now Chris DiCarlo comes over his stick. That's going to be offside, and now we'll take it outside the zone. Carmichael able to jab that one back, and then Jess Mandioki fires it back behind the net. Long shot goes wide. Pinching there is Mandioki. Does a great job to keep that in the zone. Now he's probably having to retreat to the point. Got to keep the eyes up, though, and Crane has it. Crane keeps it in the zone, flings it to the other side of the ice. And Eugene Lim in there on the forecheck. He'll come up with it. Dropped back for Carmichael. Carmichael back behind the net. And now Lim with it. Dan Bigley one-on-one against Lim. Drexel drops the puck back again. Carmichael up for Crane. Crane's shot is gloved down by Alex Taylor. 15:46 to play here in the third period. Drexel with a few early looks here in the final period of regulation. Winding and firing well high was Blaze Kilroy, but he sent that one for a ride. McGinley back behind the net, fights for the puck. Duquesne looking to clear, and they do. This one's sent down and will be an icing. So we'll do it back in the Drexel offensive zone, a face-off at the far side circle. McGinley tries to punch that forward. Devin Rosado in there first. McGinley and Hagan in there on the forecheck. Rosado holding firm, but now McGinley comes up with it, throws it off the stick of the goaltender, Taylor. Manny Mancha can't clear the zone. Hart sends it low and on the ice. Mancha comes back with it again, taken off the puck by Dylan Hart. Clean hit there from Hart. This one given away by Hart in the center of the ice. Duquesne loses the puck. Rosado couldn't control it, and now Duquesne's going to get a switch. All but one go to the bench. Urbani comes up to the red line, taken down, and draws the penalty. P.J. Breslow going to be called for a trip right in front of the official. Actually, Mike Krzyzewski should be, not 98, but 8. So Krzyzewski called for the trip. And Drexel back on the power play. Chance to really take a little bit more control of what is now a one-goal game. Drexel came out with a lot of fire here in the third period, creating opportunities. Now they get a man advantage. 4 forwards and an attack-minded defenseman in Mike Churchvara, and that defenseman will have to now go back and recoil. Churchvara carries it himself. Finds Lim. Lim into the zone. Thought about the shot. Now sends it to the back post. The follow goal. James Schickling scores the goal. And what an adept play there by Eugene Lim, understanding that he had Schickling firing at the back post, throwing it low and on the ice, knowing it's going to come hard off the pad of the goaltender Taylor, and Schickling does the rest. Eugene Lim, have a night, my friend. Had a goal to start things off, credited with an assist on the last one, and that one, such a great play. Understanding time, space, where people were on the ice, and the chemistry between he and Schickling. Breslow turns with it, sends it up the ice, and this popped ahead. Mikulik nudges number 14, Johnny Perkoski, into the wall. Perkoski comes back up with it. Here's Mancha, and that backhander is sticked up and into the netting by the goaltender, Dylan Gravenstein. (3-1) lead for Drexel. 13:40 to play here in regulation. Churchvara, long pass, well judged, and here comes Crane the other way. Crane brings it on, back behind the net. Still possessions. What a pass across, and Mikulik couldn't quite handle it. Crane, another great pass. Churchvara couldn't quite handle that one, but Crane has been spectacular. Now Duquesne comes back the other way. That shot goes just high off the stick of Mike Krzyzewski. Crane looking to clear, couldn't possess the puck. Now Mikulik comes up with it. Eugene Lim comes onto his backhand, back to his forehand. A good pass for Crane. Crane drops it across just a bit behind Aaron Carmichael. Carmichael turns and whips it around. Christopher Hagan and Frank Rotello, but it's Hagan to get there first. Up to the point, kept in by Bertolino. Rises it up against the half wall, and Drexel gets a change. Now Rotello's going to get there first. Looks like tired legs for Duquesne as this line's been on there for a while. This is going to be an icing, and that will not change things. That same tired line for Duquesne is going to have to live to fight another day. Drexel with a 2-goal lead, playing against the tired line here. Could they really take control with a goal on this line? As McGinley fires it right on, and now Duquesne will head to the bench for a full change. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Schickling comes up with an off-angle shot, and it's into the catching glove on a bobble from Alex Taylor. Cameron Neely kicked out of the face-off circle. It'll be Kyle Fiore. Puck is held up, and Duquesne comes up with it. Turning it with it now, Martin Hubert. Funneling right in, big hit there by Rodak. I should say Kozak, excuse me, Brandon Kozak, who got in there with the hit for Duquesne. Schickling up at center ice. This is brought down here by Kozak as he's trying to clear it, but cannot. Batted up and out of the zone well by Martin Hubert. That rolls over the stick of Jess Manioki. In there on it is Chris Nathan. Nathan cannot quite displace the puck, though. Good recovery by Manioki. Hubert turns with it, the captain for the Duquesne Dukes across the blue line. Huber with a shot, and that's in the side netting. It's still loose, and only now will we get a stoppage. Certainly twinged the nylon there. Gravenstein didn't know where it was, but it fell inside the netting, or I should say on the outside netting, but down below where it got caught up, and that's why we have a stoppage. "11 minutes left in this one. Deflected shot goes up off the glass behind the net. Kilroy looking for a clearance. Sklar does get it to center ice. It's batted back in, and Duquesne touches up. Kilroy off the boards, and this will be another icing. This time against the Dragons. Nathan Runk to take the face-off for the Dragons. Mancha in there for Duquesne, and now finally possession for the Dragons. Kept in at the zone, but only for a moment. Here's P.J. Breslow. Breslow carries it in, fires it right on net, and Gravenstein will cover it up. A reminder that tonight is the last night to buy Drexel Dragons gear. The team store is still open. You can find it through the Twitter or through the Drexel Hockey Point Streaks website. Information about how to buy Drexel University gear. A portion of all those sales will go towards fundraising for the trip to Nationals in mid to late March for the year 2018-2019 ECHA champions, the Drexel Dragons. Gravenstein covers that one up as well with 10:05 to play. While we're at it, the night of February 18th, I believe that is a Monday night. Head on over to the Chipotle in University City. A portion of all the proceeds for that Drexel Hockey Chipotle night will go back to the program. Again, fundraising for the trip and fundraising for the general well-being of this ACHA hockey program. We appreciate everybody being committed to this program. It's 3-on-1. Dropped right across Eugene Lim. And the net came well off the moorings. Stoppage here as Taylor still is on his backside waiting to get up. The nets do come off the moorings quite easily here at the Class of 1923 arena. Eugene Lim might have had an opportunity to go to the backhand and try to lift, but staying with the forehand, Taylor had that side of the net all covered up. There was a penalty on that play, though, so now 2 minutes for Drexel with the man advantage. Hagan sends it right in front. It went to the skate of McGinley. Now played back for Urbani. Good keep. And that one goes through the skates of Hagan. Duquesne gets the clearance, and now here they come. It's 2-on-2. Drexel back well in pursuit and really prevents any good shot opportunity. Can they now build the other way? Looking for possession. Still not going to have it. Great play there by Sweeney and Kozak. Burns precious seconds, down to 1:10 left on the man advantage for the Drexel Dragons. Carried in by Jamie Crane, taken down with a wonderful hip check that time by Devin Rosado. Back to the point. Patience here, Neely up for Urbani in the slot. That shot comes right on, banging away at it in front, popped right over the crossbar. The alternate captain, Danny Bigley, cannot send it into the zone. Good job by Schickling right there on the puck. Carmichael just got off the bench and is leveled into the boards. Schickling coming on now is Churchvara. So strong on the puck is Churchvara. Sent across Puck was knocked down there by number 8, Mike Krzyzewski. This played back to the point. Eugene Lim back for Churchvara. Churchvara plays it over. Carmichael's shot goes high and wide. Up at the point, Churchvara's there to keep it in. Played along the near side boards. Eugene Lim at the edge of the circle, sent right across. Carmichael back for Churchvara into the slot, and he gives it away. Now an opportunity here for Lloyd. 1-on-none. A big save there by Gravenstein, but a penalty coming up against Drexel. Mike Churchvara with the hook, as Lloyd was in on all alone. Probably something he had to do there to prevent the goal-scoring opportunity. Gravenstein kept it out, but it won't keep Mike Churchvara out of the penalty box. 7:45 to go, third period. Exactly what Duquesne needed. They're back at full strength. Drexel goes down a man. Duke's trailing by 2 goals. Gonna need one here on this power play. Manny Mancha, who was a man possessed early in the third period, is back out there. Now that shot, standing up to get it. And holding it in the chest area is Dylan Gravenstein. Here's a shot. Gravenstein comes out to cut down the angle. That's sent up to center ice. Turning with it now, P.J. Breslow. Breslow is badgered by Nathan Runk. Good work by Runk, and Runk nearly dispossesses. This is going to come up for Kilroy. He can turn and fire. Instead, just kind of backhands it up to center ice. DiCarlo has it. He will feed it off the boards. One more touch. And Drexel, a great job here so far. DiCarlo's got to get his way back into the play, though. Here's a shot, and that's blockered wide there by the goaltender, Gravenstein. Flipped high, and that'll stay in the rink and go all the way down. Now Schickling comes up with it, and he will flip it all the way down the ice. Drexel picture perfect on this penalty kill, a little bit more than a minute into it. That puck is deflected, does make its way into the zone. Drexel wanted it offside. Back behind the net, Jim Mikulik. Urbani kind of gets in the way. Could have been interference, not called. And offside are the Duquesne Dukes. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. 6:14 to play in the hockey game. Drexel maintaining this 2-goal lead. Burning off this next 30 seconds will go a long way in helping them win this game. Face-off is plucked high and out of bounds. Over the low boards here at the Class of 23 Arena and into the stands. This one's kept in play as it's popped ahead. Duquesne does send it down into the Drexel zone. Mikulik turns with it, has time, and sends it all the way down. Very calm, collected play by Mikulik, knowing he had time to get that onto his forehand, that he didn't just need to backhand that best he could. Bertolino is out there. Here's a shot from an off angle, and again, Gravenstein cuts down the angle. Back to full strength. D'Elia sends it across. The follower was batted down there, and Bertolino got in the way. Urbani has it. Plays it up to the point, but not out. Rosado with a shot. Deflected right in front, and a big stick on it that time by Gravenstein. As Martin Hubert was hanging right at the far side board, waiting to put it in. Hart brings it into the zone, taken off his stick there by Frank Rotello. Hart nudged into the boards. Hagen is there, though. Plays it back to the point. Manioki, shot, deflected, doesn't get to the net. That one is flipped well high and out of play, only because the boards are so low here. Will that not be a penalty at this level? At the NHL level, would have been a clear delay of game penalty. So 4:52 to go. Played back. Manioki takes the shot, and that save there by Taylor. A seeing eye single up the middle for Jess Manioki, and Taylor was up to task. That made its way through a lot of traffic without a deflection. Hart plays it to himself, takes the shot. Save made on the blocker side by Taylor. Nice job by Manioki to keep that in the zone. Hart right in front, pulls it and shoots. Don't know where the puck is. The puck's now in the net, and they're going after it. Duquesne not happy with Dylan Hart, but again, goaltender didn't know where the puck was. I don't think the referee did. The whistle did not go, and Hart kept playing. You can't blame him. And if you're the referees here, a lot to sort out. Perhaps this is something where you let everybody go. And I think that's what's going to happen. And now Kyle Zoldy's going to get an explanation from one of the officials before we get back to action. It will be 5-on-5. Hart just going after the puck. Perhaps the officials have to control the game a little bit better and sound a whistle. And then on the Duquesne side, you can understand why they were going after Hart as well, wanting to protect their goaltender. So I think that's the right decision, is to just slap the wrist a little bit, not put anybody in the penalty box, and stay with 5-on-5 hockey. Sklar, good move, flicks it back behind the net. Nathan Runk is in there. 4:11 to play in the third period. Turning with it now is Runk. Chris DiCarlo back behind the net. Danny Bigley tries to clear but cannot. Church Vara shot. That came down in front after a block from Chris Nathan. Nathan turns with it now for Duquesne, back behind the net, and drops it off for Martin Hubert. Given away. Here's Runk, sent right across. Coming on it at the point is Mikulik, directed wide. Nice play there by Chris Nathan. That one was directed wide as well. Still scrambled for right in front. DiCarlo takes a hit. Mikulik lays a big hit. A clean one there as the puck was still on the stick, and the head was caught down. Mikulik flicks it high. 2-goal lead for the Dragons. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Kilroy comes up with it at the red line, fires it right on net. A long pass goes over the stick, and this will be an icing. 3 minutes left in the hockey game, and Drexel gets a face-off in their offensive zone. Story of the night so far, Eugene Lim. A goal, an assist, and then really contributed on the third one as well, where he fired it low off the pad of Taylor, knowing that it was James Schickling cutting to the net. Now right in front, Lim nearly had it on his stick again. Here comes Drexel the other way. Jamie Crane brought right on. Urbani couldn't get the shot off. Now Lim does, pops right up in front. It caught the glove, but could not be controlled by Taylor. Crane winds, fires. That one goes wide. Kilroy on the pinch will get it, and now drops back for Carmichael. Eugene Lim back behind the net, plays it behind, and Kilroy drops it in front. That one nearly found its way in from an off angle. Lloyd up the ice, dives at the net, trying to get something going, runs right over Dylan Gravenstein. No regard for Gravenstein as he lost his footing and plowed him right over. And now it will be covered up by the goaltender, Alex Taylor. Gravenstein, no worse for the wear. Tough guy there in net, but a big man and Sean Lloyd falling down right on top of you. Hubert back behind the net, as is Lloyd, but it's up for Mikulik. Mikulik's shot is blocked right in front of him. And an opportunity for Brandon Kozak. Shot, rebound, hit out of midair. Gravenstein makes the save. The net is well off the moorings. And only now do we get a whistle with 1:14 to play. Good save by Gravenstein. And the net continues to come off the mooring. A puck is thrown onto the ice from the stands. Really difficult to understand what the circumstances were that led to somebody deciding that this is the time to throw a second puck on the ice. But alas, that's what we have. A timeout on the ice called by the Duquesne Dukes as they try to gear up for one more stretch run. The goaltender, Alex Taylor, will almost certainly be off the ice when this face-off occurs in the Duquesne offensive zone. Drexel back out onto the ice, and here comes Duquesne as well. Drexel trying to finish off a perfect weekend, 4-0, or 4-0, I should say, against William Patterson, 6-2 against Mercyhurst. They lead 3-1 here with 1:14 to go and are looking to go 3-0 on the weekend. The goaltender, Taylor, is on the bench. It's 6-on-5 hockey. Shot, save there by Gravenstein, and we'll do it again with 1:08 to go. And some extracurriculars as Mike Krzyzewski was taken down on the play. Nice job by Drexel. They get the clearance. The Captain Hart on senior night. A tremendous play to just bat that forward on the faceoff, and it went out of the zone. Now Duquesne with an opportunity. Shot from an off angle. Breslow, and it came across. Hagen does just enough for the clearance. Delay offside so Mikulik can be patient with the puck. Long pass comes onto the stick of Manioki, and he is able to send that down further. Oh, comes off the net, or the boards, and it's finished by just Manioki. An odd bounce off the near side board. And Christopher Hagen, always one for the assist. New with senior night. Give it to the senior, Jess Manioki. (4-1) Drexel leads, and what a way to end senior night. Taylor back in the game, covers up with 29.1 to play. Mikulik will calmly take this one and fire it up along the boards. .12 seconds left in the hockey game. Drexel's going to win all 3 games this weekend. And unless Duquesne can score a goal here in the last 7 seconds, they're going to do it by 3 or more goals in each game. Now that's a weekend of hockey, if you ask me. Congratulations to Kyle Zoldi and the Drexel Dragons finishing off their ECHA season on Friday, winning against Mercyhurst. And now Duquesne, wow, what a save there. Mikulik able to fire it away as it was heading into the net, and a big embrace from Dylan Gravenstein to number 29, Jim Mikulik, knowing that he saved his bacon on that one. from one senior to another. It's all about picking each other up. A great game by Dylan Gravenstein in net. Jim Mikulik had an excellent night on defense. The captain, Dylan Hart. Erik Bertolli and Jess Manioki defensively. The 5 seniors tonight for Drexel that were honored. And what really was a coronation of what this program has become. A lot of it due to those guys. A big hug from Zoldi. Head coach Kyle Zoldi to Dylan Gravenstein, as well as to Mikulik, as the seniors write another chapter of history as they conclude their careers with the Drexel Dragons. The Drexel Dragons are victorious, 4-1. Stay tuned with us here on the Drexel Hockey Network. We'll have interviews from members of the Drexel coaching staff and the team on a win that's got to feel good, a weekend, 180 minutes of hockey that I'm sure they're very happy has come to an end. They grinded it out. They played really hard over the last 3 games and, of course, all season long. But, of course, bittersweet for the seniors that have been here for so long and have contributed to the program in so many ways. All part of the 3rd consecutive trip to the ACHA National Tournament. We'll take a break and come back in just a few minutes with interviews here on DHN. Bob Long on play-by-play, Mike Crisafulli on camera, 4-1 your final, and we'll be right back here on DHN. We got Derek Cruz with us here in the broadcast booth, Drexel Hockey Network. Derek, congratulations on 180 minutes of great hockey this weekend. Pretty complete, I would say, from your team. How do you assess the performance?
Very good weekend. We wanted to start it off Friday night with an away league game. Those are always big. We wanted just to make sure that we came out and finished the league on top, and then followed up with 2 non-league games against out-of-town opponents, so you don't really see that much. And both games we handled our business and came in with 2 W's.
And then from a senior night perspective, obviously that was very important here tonight. Big part of everything that happened. Jess scoring that goal at the end. You got to love that. Christopher Hagan, he might have been able to put that away himself, but always with his eyes up the ice. How was that to get Jess and all those seniors involved here tonight?
Yeah, it's big, especially for those guys that don't get as much ice time, but having all 5 of those, or 4 of those guys, plus the goalie out there on the ice in that last shift and getting them that goal was big. It's good for these guys to finish their careers on a high note like this.
And from, I guess, a sentimental perspective, right at the end of the game, puck gets behind Gravenstein into the crease, and who's there to knock it away but fellow senior Jim Mikulik. Big embrace by those 2 guys. It's got to be emblematic of kind of everything that these seniors have brought to the program over the last few years.
Yeah, some of these guys have been together for 5 years now, and they're going to battle to the last second. So you gotta give them credit for that, and still got a lot of unfinished business to handle the rest of the season.
Derek, appreciate the time. Congrats on a great weekend of hockey. And, of course, once again, I haven't congratulated you in person yet on going to Nationals. That's got to be a great feeling.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Derek Cruz with us here on the Drexel Hockey Network. We'll have more interviews coming up in just a second.
In practice all the time, so to bring it to the game, just brings it to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much more than that. Always good laughs, and Jess, you buried it, man. Yeah. That must have felt good.
That empty net, man.
Yeah, it was really special to have everybody out there and just to play with you guys for 4 or 5 years that we've played together. It's been amazing. So what a great day and what a great win.
I'm going to give it right back to you. Explain the hard hat to me.
Yeah, so we give a hard out for player of the game, and luckily today Eugene had it yesterday. He handed it off to me today. Could have went to any one of us, but I was really blessed. Hadn't had it all year, so I was really gunning for it. But love having it, and just glad we got a win.
One more, we'll go right across again. Playing 180 minutes of hockey in a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, finishing up the league slate against William Patterson, blanking them. What's that like, knowing that you're going into Friday classes, let's just say, knowing you got to travel to William Patterson, and 180 minutes later, your weekend's going to be done?
Yeah, it's tiring. I mean, scratch or not, we have to go through the travel, and I'm sure you'll hear more from the people who, played all 3 games. But I'm sure they're tired. I mean, I'm tired after that game. I'm, winded right now. I need to get back in the gym.
Yeah, luckily I didn't have to play all 180. I just got this 60. But I don't know how they did it. The legs must be a little weak right now.
Hey, we do a lot of conditioning throughout the year, so the legs feel pretty good, but mentally I'm pretty drained. 3 games in a weekend is a lot. Takes a lot out of you, physically, mentally, emotionally even. But, getting all 3 wins, energy's through the roof right now with the team. I think it's 12 in a row, so I couldn't ask for much more.
Yeah, I think with all the games, with nationals implication, we're trying to get the highest seed we've ever gotten. It's easy to get up for these games. We know we can't slip up, or else we're going to fall in the rankings and have to play a much better team. So we're still looking for that first win at nationals, and we're cooking right now.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a lot more fun and easy to play these games when you're winning and everything. And you could just tell going into all 3 games that we knew we were going to win, and we just had to go out there and execute, and we did every single game. So we're just going to keep it rolling from here.
All right, last question of the night, guys. Because you're seniors, because this is your night, I'm just going to do a fill in the blank, I should say. Drexel hockey means blank to me.
Everything? I don't know. Yeah, everything. Everything's a good word there. Put there, yeah.
Family.
I'm gonna go with everything. It just really changes our lives. We dedicate a lot of time here, so it feels great.
I mean, I transferred here from URI. Won't say what happened there, but yeah, it's been a family ever since I got here, and this year's something special to have arguably the best team in the program's history your senior year. So one more home game to cap it off, and it's kind of weird. We're only playing here one more time, but plenty of practice ahead, plenty of skating.
Yeah, Drexel hockey, it's more than just friends. We're family. We get up 6 a.m. twice a week, play at night on Thursdays, and then go right into the weekend. You see these guys all the time, and they're my best friends, and they'll always be my best friends. So that's what it is. Not him.
Well, that's all we got here. Great stuff from these guys: Jess Manioki, Erik Bertolli, Jim Mikulik, Dylan Hartz, and Dylan Gravenstein did a great job here tonight, all season long. Appreciate everybody being with us here tonight. The Dragons, a winner, 4-1, behind the effort of a lot of these guys here and a lot of the other guys that are in the dressing room right now. We'll be back for one more home game against NYU next Saturday night. Be there with us, and then, of course, follow these guys as they make their way through the conference tournament and down to Dallas, which has got to be fun. Got to be exciting. All right, thanks, everybody. Talk to you guys soon.